Hello, ECE families. Welcome to our second video newsletter. This is for the month of October. We've had a very busy month at Elk Creek this month. Some things that's happened in the past month would be report cards went home for quarter 1. We held our first virtual parent-teacher conferences. We had our first snow day in 5 years, and the first one that I can remember in October. And we also sent home all of our devices starting last Thursday, iPads and Chromebooks going home with students every day. And with that device sent home, one thing that I'm asking of all families is just to be mindful of possible quarantine situations. We've seen more and more COVID cases come up district-wide lately, along with the nationwide spike, and we just want to make sure that families are as prepared as possible in case their cohort has to be quarantined for 2 weeks. Make sure that you have a plan. You know where your kids can be supervised with or what they can do. We're going to work on having a plan on our end, whether it's virtual learning with the class at school, or if the whole cohort is quarantined, then there'll be virtual learning. The teacher will be teaching from their home. And the better you have a plan for that, I think the better you'll feel. That's really hard for us to ask you to have a plan for that. We would prefer that the kids be at school at all times and that we provide the care and supervision for you. But in order for us to provide in-person learning throughout the year, this is kind of one of the games we have to play. So we're sorry, we don't like it. We don't want to have to do that, but I'm just asking for parents to be prepared in case that situation does come up. And then, hey, we've got 3 weeks to go until Thanksgiving break. I mean, we're moving along. Things are going well when we're in person at school, and we just appreciate all the support and community involvement from afar. I know that having people in the school hasn't been a huge possibility. We are allowed to have visitors right now, but you have to go through the visitor process. Please contact the office if you're interested in visiting our school or doing volunteer work in the classroom. And with that, here's what's been happening this month at ECE. And here we have Mr. Anderson's class learning multiplication arrays in 4th grade. And you can also see that we have one of our students learning from home on the iPad. She's able to log in via Google Meets and still be involved and participate in class, similar to as if she was right there with them. And continuing on in the same class, Mr. Anderson's class, you can see students doing presentations with the laser pointer, showing off their hard work and all their learning in multiplicative comparisons and arrays. And in Miss Poland's 5th grade science class, students are building models of lungs as they learn about lung capacity and how our lungs function and work inside of our bodies. They're using balloons, some Gatorade bottles, straws in order to reenact some of the movements that happen inside our body with our lungs. And off to Mr. Bushman's class in music. You can see our kindergartners are learning about tempo with fast and slow beats, and if the beats are the same or different as the beat that they heard previous to that. You can see Mr. Bushman uses puppets to help teach and engage the kids and keep their bodies moving as they go through each part of the movement for fast and slow. We'd like to thank our community partners, the restaurants Tapatios and Hogback Pizza, for providing us generous deals on food for parent-teacher conferences. Be able to spoil our teachers a little bit while they were working hard into the evening, meeting with parents and students. Thank you to those businesses for everything that you do for the community and your school partnership. And parent-teacher conferences definitely look different this year. I'd like to commend all my teachers for the effort they put forth in doing online virtual parent-teacher conferences. And families, thank you for your patience and understanding. It's not quite the same as being in person, although I do think some families it did work out for, where they were able to stay home and had supervision for their kids and be able to meet with their teachers. So it's definitely something we may look to in the future, to do some sort of mix of in-person and online for families that request it. And our October wouldn't be complete without Halloween. Our kids got an opportunity to be able to dress up in their costumes. We did a virtual Facebook Live parade around the school, and then, of course, our Halloween parties where kiddos get an opportunity to enjoy their treats, do some Halloween art activities and games, and really enjoy themselves and a little bit of sense of normalcy with Halloween. And that's the month of October. We want to thank our families and staff for another great month of teaching and learning. And as we continue to move forward into November, as hoping things continue to get better and better and better. And as Mr. Bushman says, you are what makes ECE a great place to be.